Happy Friday, North Texas. I'm Scott, and I'm on my own again this week. Today is Friday, November 7th, and we've got a big update to share with you from UNT President Harrison Keller. But before we get to that, let's check in with Zach Babb for the Mean Green Minute.
Mean Green Volleyball is looking to continue their winning ways with a pair of matchups coming up this weekend. It starts with a road tilt against Rice. That's Friday at 6 p.m. And then a home match against Temple back at the UNT Volleyball Center on Sunday at noon. Men's basketball is 2-0 on the season following an 80-53 victory over Northwestern State at the Super Pit. The Mean Green were led in scoring by a combination of David Terrell Jr. and Will McClendon, who each finished with 13 points apiece. North Texas's next game is Sunday when they hit the road to face Loyola Chicago. And women's basketball has a game coming up this Friday as they host Grambling State at the Super Pit. That game gets underway at 6 p.m.
Thanks for that update, Zach. That was a huge win for the Mean Green against Navy last week. While the football team gets some rest with a bye this week, we're excited to have men's and women's basketball starting back up. You can get more UNT athletics updates from Zach by checking out his other podcasts, GMG Cast, and This Week in Mean Green Sports. This week, President Harrison Keller gave his State of the University address, where he laid out a bold strategic vision for UNT to carry us into 2030 and beyond. This 5-year strategic plan was developed with input from hundreds of UNT students, alumni, faculty, staff, and community members, and outlines how UNT is shaping the future of education, research, and economic development in North Texas.
This is a day for us to reflect on how far we've come, to celebrate our progress, and to share a new strategic plan for the future of the University of North Texas for the next 5 years and for a new era in our history. Now, I joined UNT as president in August of last year, so now I'm well into my sophomore year, and I am so proud of our work together over these last 15 months. We've faced significant trials. We worked together, and we made tremendous progress. Of course, there's still so much more to do. But without a doubt, the state of the University of North Texas is stronger than ever before, and I am excited about our work ahead. Now, in 1890, our founding president, Joshua C. Chilton, he said, "Our aim will constantly be to adjust the work of the college to the demands of the times." And for American universities and for UNT, the times are indeed incredibly demanding. The need for adaptability, for innovation, and for bold action has never been greater. We face financial challenges from policy changes that affected international student enrollment and research funding. We face an unprecedented pace of change that's wrought by the AI and digital revolution that's redefining what it means to be workforce ready. And we also face a crisis in public confidence, in higher education, in questions about whether our values and our work reflect and advance our mission, our public responsibilities, and societal expectations. Our vision for the future of UNT and the work we've already started will enable us to address these challenges, emerge even stronger, and lead the way forward as a new kind of American public research university. The plan we're releasing today is not just reflective of my own vision for a vibrant and vital UNT future. It's the product of thousands of hours of discussions and input from more than 1,200 students, staff, faculty, alumni, employers, and others. And many of you here today contributed your time and your insights, and I want to say thank you. Our plan is grounded in our shared values and the unique responsibilities that come from our mission and our role for our region, our state, and our nation. Now, we know we can't just profess our values. So these values, courageous integrity, be curious, we care, better together, show your fire, are only meaningful if we infuse them into our strategy, our operations, our classrooms, and our actions in a spirit of mutual respect and accountability. And our plan reflects a bold commitment to expand opportunity at unprecedented scale. Last year, we announced we would join the vanguard of American public research universities who commit to advance excellence and innovation in an inclusive rather than an exclusive way. So other universities will tout how many qualified students they don't serve and they turn away. At UNT, we will educate every qualified student who commits to learn with us, and we are committed to the success of every student we enroll. And our plan's built on a bolder conception of student success than most universities have been willing to embrace. So universities typically measure student success just in terms of diplomas and graduation rates, and it glosses over questions about the quality of the student experience or what happens after graduation. Here, the diploma isn't the destination. The UNT experience and student success must translate into meaningful opportunities. From our first engagement with students, through their time enrolled with us, and into their careers, we take responsibility for equipping our students with knowledge, skills, and transformative experiences that allow them to take their talents and their skills to new heights in their careers and throughout their lives. Our plan also reflects a bold commitment to our region, our state, and our nation. Now, the University of North Texas is a leading American public research university. We're already counted among the nation's top universities for the scope and intensity of our research, for the caliber of our creative work, and for driving social mobility. We are also the largest university in the most dynamic region, in the fastest growing state, in the largest national economy in the world. Now, our strategic plan for the next 5 years and beyond is organized around 3 priorities: to develop human potential, to discover new insights, and to drive new opportunities. And within and across each of these priorities, our mission is to create enduring value for the public good. Enduring value by developing the potential of our students and our UNT community members, by discovering new knowledge and insights at the frontiers of human understanding, and by driving opportunity at scale through the power of human creativity, innovation, and new models of higher education, to create value that endures for families, communities, generations. Now, to develop human potential, especially in our students, is our most fundamental responsibility. Over the last year, we've been working together to establish an incredibly strong foundation for our students' academic and professional success. At the university level, the foundation we're building includes next-generation analytics powered by AI to help us connect individual students with the support they need. We'll reform and we'll invest in student advising to better leverage our data, develop our advisors, and break down the traditional silos between academic and career advising. To advance our commitment to student success that persists beyond graduation, we'll develop our students' professional skills and networks through courses, coaching, real-world projects for companies, and internships. For every one of our UNT undergraduate and graduate programs, we're analyzing data about the costs and salaries associated with those programs so we can ask how quickly our students break even on their investments. And then we're bringing that data into dialogue with other analyses about the cost to the university of offering those programs and about the demand for programs across our region and beyond. And all of that helps us know where we might need to expand, where we might need to improve, or even phase out programs. Across all these efforts, I'm deeply grateful to our provost, Mike McPherson, our chief financial officer, Clayton Gibson, vice provost, Lisa McIntyre, and vice presidents, James Garrison, Shannon Goodman, Michelle Singh, and Elizabeth With. We're also partnering with leading national experts and building on their work. We're one of only 8 institutions who've come together to accelerate innovation in integrating practical experiences into higher education as part of the National Work Integrated Learning Accelerator led by Arizona State University. We're also working with the Post-Secondary Commission to help develop and test an entirely new approach to accrediting universities based on our outcomes. And we're excited about all this groundbreaking work. But still, if we're truly committed to creating enduring value for our students, we have to ask ourselves even deeper questions about how students learn and how teaching should change in a rapidly changing world. So last year, to help me understand the state of teaching and learning at UNT, I invited 2 of the leading national experts in innovation and higher education innovation, Randy Bass and Heidi Elmendorf, to come join us to listen to our students, our faculty, our staff, and academic leaders. And over several months, we surfaced dozens of insights. We also identified many talented individuals who are already doing amazing work across our university to help our students. And by spring, that work pivoted to design sessions for new support structures for our UNT learning ecosystem. That includes the Learning Institute that's powered by more than 50 UNT learning scientists to help us infuse our work with current insights about how people learn. The Teaching Hub to advance transformative evidence-based approaches to teaching and learning across our campuses and on every platform. And the Curriculum Connector to help make sure our curriculum will be clearer, more coherent, and aligned with what our students need to thrive in their careers and into their lives. Now, 2 things are especially striking about our new university infrastructure, which we call UNT LEAF, or the Learning Ecosystem for Empowering Futures. So first, these kinds of capabilities are very different from what other universities have built, especially our Curriculum Connector, with an orientation towards the skills that students need to thrive after graduation. The second is that all this work has engaged and connected dozens of educators across the university. See, there's this myth out there now that faculty aren't willing to lead change. But at UNT, our faculty aren't the problem. They're our partners in solutions to help develop every student's potential. And we can see the impact of a broadened and personalized approach to student success exemplified right now in our UNT athletics program. Our student athletes are competing at the highest levels, both on the athletic field and academically. Now, y'all may have heard our football team is 8-1. And they're in the national conversation, rightly so. You may not know, they're also setting new records for the highest team GPA in program history. So that demonstrates how a culture of excellence with a combination of high expectations and high support helps our students thrive. I am so proud of the scope and the pace of our work here at UNT to improve student success. From analytics to advising to curriculum to teaching and learning, this is an incredible amount of hard work in less than 15 months. So how are we moving so fast? Well, we tackled the hard questions. We built trust. We got behind our faculty and staff innovators. We worked across disciplines with employers and others across our region and across the country. We built on the best ideas we could find. We gave ourselves permission to be bold and to move fast. No other research university is taking such a comprehensive approach to driving student success. And we're just getting started. This year, as we continue to advance our bold vision to develop student potential at UNT, we must also confront another serious issue that's critical not only for our student success, but for our success as an American public research university. and that's the state of civil discourse on our campuses and across our country. Now, this issue is complex, and it's sometimes uncomfortable, and it pulls against the social media algorithms. Yet central to our public responsibilities is the development of our students as adults, as colleagues, and as citizens who can engage in open and respectful dialogue with people who disagree, who can listen, who can hear each other, right? To make reasonable and sound arguments, to solve problems collaboratively, and regard and treat each other with dignity and respect. Now, our students tell me they want to discuss events of the day and complex issues they couldn't talk about in high school. And the faculty tell me they feel a responsibility to our students to help them develop essential civic skills. And employers across every sector have told me that among the top workforce-ready skills they seek are employees who can respectfully and productively listen, disagree, and engage in dialogue. So today, I am announcing a presidential initiative on civil discourse. So this initiative will include multiple strands of work. That includes curricular and co-curricular opportunities for our students to develop essential civic skills, public events, and also faculty training and support. And the success of this initiative will depend on our students, our faculty, our staff, and other UNT community members engaging each other, leaning into our shared values, reaching across barriers, and looking beyond labels that divide rather than define us. Over the past 135 years, our institution has evolved from the Texas Normal College and Teacher Training Institute to be a leading American research university. We have multiple programs that are counted among the best in the nation. So today, our mission includes a responsibility to discover new knowledge and insights that contribute to the public good. Our faculty and researchers work at the frontiers of human understanding. They create new solutions and insights and bridge traditional academic disciplines. This part of our mission also enables unique hands-on learning opportunities for our undergraduate and our graduate students. Now, since 2023, our research mission has been accelerated by the state's creation of the Texas University Fund. So the TUF was established by the legislature and Texas voters with an initial $3.9 billion endowment to support leading Texas public research universities that don't benefit from the Permanent University Fund. Now, there's two levels of support within the TUF, but wisely, the legislature and the former Commissioner of Higher Education created a path for a university to earn its way into level one. If the university met certain performance criteria 2 years in a row in federal and private research expenditures, and also if the legislature appropriated the necessary funding for the TUF. Now, in fiscal year 2024, UNT cleared the first hurdle for TUF Level 1 with nearly $50 million in federal and private sponsored research. And last spring, the Texas legislature did their part. They appropriated another $1.3 billion for the TUF. So now the pressure was on. Because if we could exceed $50 million in federal and private research by August 31st, we could secure tens of millions of dollars every year in additional dedicated state funding for our research mission. But if we failed, we wouldn't be eligible for at least another 2 years, and we'd have to start over. So we started the year on target, and then we lost $8.7 million in previously awarded federal grants. So given the risk that we might not qualify for level one, we reached out to our partners at the UNT Foundation, to private donors and philanthropic foundations. We identified nearly $5 million in private funds we could repurpose for research, and we set a target to raise an additional $5 million in new cash donations in 90 days. In about 60 days, we hit that target. And the largest donations came from new donors to the university, Vicus and Anu Sinha. And our faculty researchers, they leaned in and they submitted a record number of proposals for external funding, working together with our deans and Vice President Pam Padilla. As we closed out the fiscal year, we didn't just meet that performance target, we blew by it with more than $55 million in federal and private sponsored research. And we expect that UNT will join Level 1 later this year. I am so proud of this story, right? Because it illustrates the scrappy spirit and the intellectual dynamism that distinguishes UNT. We came together with our faculty researchers, university leaders, the UNT Foundation, our donors. We leaned in, we moved fast, and we got it done. And we're just getting started. This incredible achievement will dramatically accelerate our research capabilities and our impact year after year. In this first year, these additional tough dollars will also be amplified by the legislature's commitment to meet their final obligation for matching funds through the TRIP program. And that added another dedicated $47 million for UNT research. Over the next 5 years, we'll cut the ribbon on our new 110,000 square foot science and technology building. That'll increase our research space. We'll build on our strengths in materials science, supply chain and logistics innovation, data science and artificial intelligence, and the science of learning. We'll expand our work in priority areas for the state of Texas related to space and aerospace technology, semiconductors, cancer, and brain health, working together with our colleagues at UNT Health and other institutions. And in each of these areas, we'll expand opportunities for our undergraduate and graduate students to engage directly in research and discovery and to earn advanced degrees. We will also address the number one issue that our faculty have identified where we need to improve, and that's support for our doctoral students. So as a first step, today, I am announcing that we will fund health insurance for all doctoral students on fellowship, and we won't wait to do this. We're going to start immediately by providing funding for the current semester and going forward. Our doctoral students are critical to achieve our aim of doubling sponsored research over the next 5 years. And I am so proud to be able to accelerate this support for our graduate students. Now, at UNT, our public responsibilities don't end with developing our students' talents and discovering new knowledge. We also have a responsibility to drive new opportunities for individuals, for communities, for our region, and beyond. And this aspect of our mission gets to the heart of what makes UNT unique. From music to business, from engineering to visual arts, from humanities to sciences, we unleash human creativity to drive progress and build a better tomorrow. And this work takes many different forms. At the university, we're developing an entirely new school within the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences that's focused on the practical application of the liberal arts, which aligns with the skills that are in highest demand by employers. Last year, we increased opportunities for our students to receive coaching, support, and even seed funding to promote entrepreneurship, working with the Murphy Center in the Ryan College of Business. This year, we'll expand that support to promote and support entrepreneurship across the university, and we'll stand up new university capabilities to support innovation and technology transfer. We've also begun work on a new school of mathematics and science foundations within the College of Science to center innovation and student success at the core of disciplines that feed multiple high-demand career paths. Across our region and beyond, employers consistently say that their workforce needs are changing faster than they anticipated, and in many cases faster than we understand. The largest vulnerability to our continued prosperity, economic competitiveness, and even our national security is the widening mismatch between the skills that employers increasingly need and the credentials that working age adults currently hold. Now, for UNT, this situation presents a great challenge. As the pace of change accelerates, how can we develop timely, actionable intelligence to help guide and improve our programs to improve the workforce-ready supply of talent in North Texas? And as a major public research university and the largest university within 200 miles, we must take responsibility for our region's talent needs. But we can't do it alone. We could triple the size of UNT and still not produce enough graduates for North Texas. So, with dedicated funding from the Texas legislature, especially thanks to the advocacy of Senator Brent Hagenbu, this September, we launched an initiative we call the Texas Talent Accelerator. And that initiative includes employers, chambers of commerce, economic development corporations, the Texas State Technical College, community colleges across our region, our friends at Texas Women's University and UNT Dallas, and external partners like the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, the U.S. Chamber Foundation, Strata Education, and others. Together, our founding institutions serve more than 150,000 students every year. Now, the Texas Talent Accelerator has two broad aims. So first, to bring the data about job postings and unemployment salaries and higher education programs into dialogue with the employer so we can more clearly define workforce-ready skills and distill timely, actionable intelligence about emerging workforce needs and opportunities. And at UNT, these are exactly the kinds of insights we need for the curriculum connector and for our decisions about how to improve our courses and degree programs. Second, even more radically, we aim to coordinate across our institutions so we can achieve more scale out of our higher education systems to meet high-demand workforce needs. We look forward to adding more employers and university partners to the Texas Talent Accelerator as we work together to analyze, understand, and address our region's talent needs. Our willingness to create new models, new partnerships, and drive change at scale is an important part of what sets UNT aside from more traditional universities. And we're just getting started. And of course, we're not just aiming to collect intelligence about regional workforce needs. To realize our bold vision for UNT, we also have to accelerate the pace of innovation in how we deliver higher education. And that work illustrates the unique value of our Frisco campus. Now, as part of our strategic planning, we did a deep dive into changing workforce needs across our region. And we worked closely with leaders from the Frisco Chamber, the Economic Development Corporation, city, employers, and also our colleagues from Collin College. And this year, we're going to begin to deploy the vision that we've developed together. So UNT at Frisco shouldn't just be a campus. It should be a platform for the delivery of courses, programs, experiences, and credentials that are attuned to Frisco and the surrounding communities. Our vision for UNT at Frisco is centered on credit and non-credit programs that are driven by local demand, especially in healthcare, financial services, entrepreneurship, innovation technologies, in sports, hospitality, and entertainment. In each of these areas, UNT at Frisco programs will be designed for flexibility and ongoing improvement, leveraging the expertise and the resources of our core UNT academic colleges. Throughout all this work, our priorities and our partnerships will shape our vision. That includes partnerships with Collin College, our colleagues at UNT Health, and our UNT academic units so that we can deliver high-quality opportunities at scale. Across all our work to develop human potential, discover new insights, and drive new opportunities, we are laying an incredibly strong foundation here at UNT for deep systemic change, to put UNT on a trajectory to realize a new paradigm, for American public research universities. This year, we'll launch 3 key initiatives to help us accelerate our bold vision for the future. First, we must broaden our recognition of faculty excellence. So much exciting work is underway at UNT, from new approaches to student success, to new support structures for curriculum, to teaching, to the realignment of entire colleges. We are moving incredibly fast. And as I've shared with audiences across the country, one of the key reasons is that our UNT faculty are essential partners. Our work to advance student success isn't being done to or separately from our faculty. It's being done with and accelerated by our faculty innovators. We wouldn't be moving so fast without their creative energy, their ideas, their insights. And I am so grateful to our Faculty Senate and our faculty leadership for their partnership and their hard work. But at the same time, we can't ask faculty to do all this ambitious, groundbreaking work at the expense of their own careers. Now, I regularly host informal meetings with our faculty innovators and researchers and award winners. No agenda, just off-the-record conversations about what they're working on, what they're excited about. So at one of these meetings this last spring, I was deeply moved by how one of our faculty members talked about her students. She talked about how much she's pushed and supported them and how far they've come and how proud she is of the internships and jobs they've landed. So I asked her, does she feel that the university honors this work? And her posture changed. She teared up. And she said, that's not my job. Because in her unit, whether she's promoted depends almost entirely on how many pages she's published and not the broader impact she's making. We must do better. We can't achieve our vision for the future of UNT and fulfill our public responsibilities unless our faculty know that the university values excellence across their work to advance our mission. So of course, as a research university, we must always continue to value and promote excellent scholarship. But we must also value and promote excellence in teaching that powers student success. And we must value the translation of scholarly and educational excellence into innovations, creative contributions, or startups that improve lives. So today, I am announcing a university initiative to broaden the recognition of excellence, innovation, and impact in faculty promotion and tenure. Across the university, we must align our criteria for supporting faculty with our mission. This work has already begun through the Office of the Provost, and I want to thank Vice Provost Holly Hutchins for her leadership of this work. I look forward to the results of this important project to make sure every current or potential faculty member knows they'll be valued when they do their best work here at UNT. So next, as we work to improve civil discourse across our campuses, we can't gloss over essential considerations about how we interact with students, with faculty, with visitors, and with each other. So a few months ago, our Staff Senate leadership brought me a proposal. So the university's been providing small grants to individual staff members for professional development. While those are appreciated, they only benefit a few staff members. So they proposed pooling that small amount of funding to provide training for larger numbers of staff. And the issue that they identified where they saw the biggest opportunity was improving customer service. So think about that for a minute. Think about what it says about our community, what it says about our Staff Senate. So of course, I said no. Right? All right. We shouldn't redirect our funding for staff professional development for something that should be a key priority. So instead, we came together and we formed a working group that was co-chaired by Staff Senate and university leaders, and we mapped out next steps. And today, I'm announcing that we will launch a university initiative on customer service, and the first phase of this work will roll out in January. I am so grateful to our staff Senate leadership for their partnership in this initiative, especially Alex Ames and Brittany Landau. At UNT, we recognize that every staff member who interacts with students is also an educator who can leave a lasting impression. So this initiative to improve customer service will also powerfully enhance our work to improve student success. So finally, new funding to support student talent, potential, and performance. Today, I'm announcing a $100 million campaign to accelerate our vision for student success. Our Better Look North campaign will enable us to remove financial barriers to student success with scholarships and targeted efforts to make sure no student goes off track because of minor emergencies or basic needs related to housing or food insecurity. We will accelerate implementation of new advising tools to support every student's timely graduation and invest in our advisors who provide essential human interaction and mentoring. We'll bolster resources for student research, career preparation, and athletics performance. We'll move faster across every discipline to enhance the value proposition of our UNT degree so every graduate can be equipped with knowledge, skills, and transformative experiences that allow them to take their talent as far as they can go. Already, our donors have stepped up to get us nearly halfway to our goal. And I am deeply grateful to them and look forward to the transformative work that their generosity will enable for our students. These are incredibly dynamic times, right? The models of higher education that drove American prosperity and progress for 75 years are no longer adequate to meet the needs of the mid-21st century. In an era that's increasingly defined by rapid advances in technology, automation, and artificial intelligence, here we will develop, discover, and drive human intelligence, insights, and inspiration. In a moment that demands more talent, education, and opportunity than ever before, here, we are unapologetic in our commitment to advance excellence, innovation, and access. In times of great uncertainty about the future of American higher education, here, we're ready to adapt, innovate, persevere, and lead the way forward. The plan, the commitments, the campaign we announced today send a powerful message to higher education, to our region, to the state of Texas, and beyond, that this is where futures take shape, where we transform inspiration into impact, where we guide grit to greatness. That we will set a new standard to create enduring value for our students, employers, our region, our state, our nation, to create enduring value for the public good. That this is who we are. We're just getting started. And you better look north. Thank you.
That is inspiring. As a UNT alum and staff member, I am excited for the future of UNT and I'm glad to see so much attention on student success and what our university can do to drive opportunity for North Texas. Let us know if you have any thoughts or questions for the podcast by emailing podcast@unt.edu or calling 940-565-4341. And don't forget to help us grow by telling a friend about the show, sharing it on social media, or leaving us a 5-star rating and review wherever you listen. Until next time, we hope you have a happy Friday, North Texas, and go Mean Green. Happy Friday, North Texas is a production of the University of North Texas. Today's show was produced and edited by Scott Brown. For more information, visit unt.edu/podcast.